The Padres' future is bright as these minor league players are making huge impacts across the organization. Who are they? How good are they? How excited should we be? Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Welcome to your off day, Andrew video. We just swept the Braves, and now we're talking about the future because let's be honest, they're going to be trade fodder for anybody AJ Preller wants to get. But if not, I think these players can make real impacts on this team if they make it to the major league roster eventually. We've made videos like this before. I just haven't made one in like a month. So a little over a month, really. So hopefully you guys like these kind of videos. And if you do, I'll try to keep more up to date on them. Maybe once a month. We'll see. But you guys can let me know. Before we get too deep into the video, though, please subscribe as always. Follow us on X, Facebook, Instagram, Padres Digest, and of course, this video is brought to you by Mars Men. Are you feeling more tired, sluggish lately? Workouts not hitting the same? Most men naturally start losing testosterone around age 30. That's where Mars Men comes in. Mars Men is designed to free up usable testosterone naturally, and it's made with 8 clinically dosed ingredients including zinc, boron, vitamin D, and more to support energy, focus, strength, stamina, and recovery. It's third-party tested and backed by a 90-day money-back guarantee. So, for a limited time, our listeners can get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you check out. After you purchase, they will ask you, where did you hear about us? Support our channel and say, Padres Digest sent you, and we're super cool. Why wouldn't you want to support us? And why wouldn't you want to support Mars Men? So thank you so much, Mars Men. We love you. You know what else we love? Prospects. Some of these are players you probably already know. Some of these are players that you probably should know. But let's just dive into it. Same kind of format. I'm going to bring you like 3 highlighted players, then some supporting cast, but all of them are some people you should pay attention to. So yeah, sorry if today's a long video. I love to yap. You know this about me. First person I've talked about before a while ago, Tucker Musgrove. Not Joe Musgrove, but Tucker Musgrove. Just got promoted to Double-A, but his season high, or his season, 2026 season in High A, 3.79 ERA, which isn't outstanding, but it's pretty good. It's solid, right? It's solid to great. But 40 strikeouts with a whip of 1.58, 13 walks. So 19 games, 40 strikeouts. That's pretty impressive. His entire career, it's been a little high, but again, he's pitching much better at 24 years old. In June, he had a 3 ERA and 6 innings pitched with a below 1 whip, 12 strikeouts. The K through 9 rate, 19.38. That is the minor league best right now in 2026. And he leads all of MIB, like we said, minimum 10 innings pitched with 19.38. His sweeper alone has generated a near 60% whiff rate. More than half the time they whiff on it. Since May 1st, his ERA is 1.46 with a 47.5% whiff rate, 20.43 K through 9. Every one of those marks ranked number 1 in the minors. And he hit 100 miles per hour for the first time as a pro on May 28th. The fastball is finally matching the cutting edge metrics. He has converted a 4-out save on June 19th with 4 whiffs on 8 swings. That's half. And his heater touched 99 miles per hour. So basically, this man's still young, developing, getting better, and has absolute filth. Absolute filth. This man is a strikeout machine. I don't want to call him the next Mason Miller, but I do want to call him the next really good Padres bullpen piece of the future. He could be better than B-Rod, and B-Rod is pretty good. So absolutely look out for Tucker Musgrove. He is someone that a lot of people are sleeping on. He's number 9 on the organization for top 30 prospects, but he deserves your attention, right? So shout out to you, Tucker Musgrove. Keep doing your thing. Next, I feel like someone most of you guys, well, we'll say a better known name, I guess, Miguel Mendez. Number 3 prospect in Double-A San Antonio right now. Season ERA doesn't look great, almost 5, right? Walks are a little bit of a problem, but 38 strikeouts and 34.2 innings pitched. Not bad. right? So in June, he's not looked fantastic. 12 innings pitched with a 1.33 whip, but this man has hit 101 miles per hour. That's the hardest pitch thrown by any Padres prospect in 2026. The velocity has never been the question. He broke out across 3 levels in 2025 with a 3.22 ERA and 118 strikeouts in 95 innings pitched, by far his best pro season. The secondary command is a real swing skill, a 60-70 fastball. That's a grade. 80 would be the highest, so 60-70 is very good, right? 80 being the best. But paired with a 30-40 command grade per scouts, which means his command isn't fantastic, as you can probably see, right? But lefties are hitting just 250 against him in 2026 with 20 strikeouts and 20 innings pitched, a clear platoon edge right now. So he is 23 years old, still very young, still has command issues to work out, but once he really figures out those command problems, his stuff is already very, very good. 101 miles per hour. He is someone you should absolutely look out for. People have mentioned him for trades. I don't know. If we need starters, like I know how much we do, don't sleep on this guy. Learn his name, because he's pretty dang good. Next, same kind of vein, someone you probably should know by now. Kruz Schoolcraft, number 2 Padres prospect. If you were curious, number 1 is Ethan Salas, but we cover him a lot, so not in this video. He's still young, 19 years old, right? We just got him last year in our first round pick. But right now in low A, he has a almost 7 ERA. But he had a really bad start to the season, so don't put too much stock into it as of yet. The walks are obviously a huge problem for him, but 46 strikeouts. So his stuff is very good, right? So in June, 4.80 ERA, not great, right? But the whip of 1.20, only 4 walks. So we'll get into that, why that's important, but 14 strikeouts. His K to walk ratio, 3.50, which means for every, what is it? Hold on, let me double check that. Okay, well, basically the best way I can say it is for every 10 walks they give up, they get 35 strikeouts. That's the easiest way I can explain K through BB, or K/BB. But walks have collapsed monthly. 10 walks in April. Now it's in 7.1 innings pitched, down to just 4 in 15 innings. So they are cratering, which is fantastic, right? June innings, K/BB up from 0.7 to 350. So that's very good, right? He's figuring out the command. Scouts, grade to change up, a 50 out of 60, already his best pitch, and still developing, right? Ahead of a 45-55 fastball. Command, though, problem, and it needs to be fixed, of course. But he's a first round, $3.6 million bonus out of Sunset High School in Beaverton, Oregon. Lefties are hitting 1.56 against him this year with 13 strikeouts, 9 walks, versus 3.33 for righties. He is, of course, a left-handed pitcher, so that makes sense. But he still has lots of work to do. But remember, he is 19 years old, and he is already on the rise. So he is absolutely someone who can develop into a top prospect, not just in the Padres, the entire league, right? But again, 19 years old. Give him a chance to develop, and he can be dangerous. All of these guys can be dangerous, but I think the one you should keep your most eyes out for, or just look out for, I guess, in general, is Tucker Musgrove. I really like Tucker Musgrove, but some of these supporting players I'm going to bring up are also people you should absolutely keep your eye on. Firstly, I don't even know how to say his name, but I'm going to say Braden Carpatios. Yell at me in the comments if I'm wrong. But he's an outfielder in AA San Antonio, 23 years old, so a non-draft free agent, but he's number 10 on the Padres top 30, according to MILB.com. Anyways, this season he has 5 home runs, 27 RBIs, a 247 average, but a 356 on-base percentage, which is nice, 730 OPS. He followed a 162 weighted runs created plus, 100 being average. Low A breakout in 2023 with a more modest 106 weighted runs created plus in his first extended look at AA. So, of course, a league or kind of like 2 levels above. Signed as a non-drafted free agent in July, already up to AA 4 years later. Walk rate held at 14.6 in 2026, but the strikeout rate did jump to a career high 31.5% against better stuff. So now that he is facing better players, he needs to adjust. And that's fine. That's something you should expect from a guy who jumps up a level. That's what happened to Ethan Salas, and now look at Ethan Salas. Ethan Salas is demolishing balls. So give him a chance, but he has the makings to be a very good outfielder. And he's only 23 years old, so give him a time, right? Now, someone you absolutely should know, Ryan Weidman, number 7 overall, just got promoted to high A, but he's been in low A, forgot words, but 314 average, 386 on base percentage, 884 OPS, 43 stolen bases. 43. This man is a speed demon. And he has 6 home runs with 44 RBIs, right? Just got promoted to high A. He left low A with the system's stolen base lead by a wide margin. His weighted runs created plus of 123. That's 23% above league average. That bat performance is right alongside the legs. So he's fast, and he's got a good bat. FanGraph's top grade on him is a 60-60 speed tool with a 40-45 raw power grade, signaling more pop to come. So I don't want to say Ken Griffey Jr. Can I say Julio Rodriguez? Julio Rodriguez kind of fast? I'm pretty sure he is. But he's that kind of vibe. But we'll say Ken Griffey. Not obviously as good as Ken Griffey's going to be, or he's not going to be the next Ken Griffey, but I want you to have that similar idea. Just not as good, obviously, because Ken Griffey is one of the best. But yeah, absolutely look out for him. Cash Mayfield, we talked about before. He's number 4, 21 years old, left-handed pitcher. This season so far, a 3 ERA with 51 strikeouts and a below 1 whip in 42 innings pitched. If you were curious, that is really good, right? FanGraphs now grades a changeup a 60-60. His best pitch with a 40-55 command grade trending towards plus. Stretched dominance in May. He had a 1.52 ERA with below 1 whip, 35-13 KBB over his final 7 starts of that sample. So this man is already very good and is only 21 years old. He genuinely could be in spring training as a invitee next season. Will he make the roster? I doubt it. But I think at 23, 24 years old, he might be already pitching for us if he stays on the team. Right? Like, everyone else still has some work to do. Kruz Schoolcraft has some work to do. Catch Mayfield's pretty nasty already. You know what I mean? So all I'm asking is to keep an eye out for him. Now, Jorge Quintana. I always got to bring up Jorge Quintana. He is the guy who is kind of like the Leo DeVry replacement. Obviously not as good, but not bad, right? 2 home runs, 24 RBIs, 12 stolen bases, 236 average, 326 on base percentage, 636 OBP. Yes, I know I just said they're a Leo DeVry replacement. No, he's not as good. But again, give him some time. He is 19 years old. Right? And Leo DeVry is one of the best prospects in the game. But I think he's a fine replacement. Well, a good enough replacement, I guess. The walk rate has stayed double-digit at every stop since signing, 11 in 2026. So he does walk a lot. A real feel for the zone, even while the average lags. Carrying a 741 OPS in June after a sub-620 April and May, and has cut his strikeout rate to 23% this month per Mad Friars. FanGraphs gives him a 50-50 speed tool and 45-55 raw power. The tools are ahead of the performance right now at age 19. So yes, he does need some tweaking, but he's super fast and can have very good power. Just got to figure things out. He's in Lake Elsinore right now. I gotta watch a Storm game because I want to watch some of these players that are in Lake Elsinore right now. So high A and Lake Elsinore, or Fort Wayne and Lake Elsinore, like those are places if you're in the area, you gotta check them out. I'm gonna say his name so wrong, and I'm sorry. Winyar Churio. Yeah. 22 years old, high A, Fort Wayne, unranked. But this man is dangerous. 3.31 ERA, 51.2 innings pitched, 74 strikeouts, 1.22 whip. He was promoted to high A Fort Wayne June 23rd after a breakout year at low A. ERA nearly halved from 6.34 to 3.31. K9 has climbed every season he's pitched from 7.91, 8.95 to 12.89. The swing and miss stuff has taken a real jump in 2026, and he was signed as an international person out of Venezuela. blah, 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 right? But he is trending upwards so quickly. Absolutely expect him on a list somewhere. And that list should also be your own personal list because this man is filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. The next guy, also filthy, filthy, filthy. Jesus A. Castro. 19 years old, right? 3.51 ERA, 58 strikeouts, 1.44 whip. Not as good as Churio, but younger and has plenty of time to develop. He carries a 3.52 ERA over his last 4 outings in June, despite a rare clunker on Tuesday. In each of his prior 8 starts dating to May, he threw at least 4 inning pitch with no more than 2 walks. Tuesday was the outlier, and he signed for an amateur bonus out of Mexico in January, already running a 10.17 K9 through his first two pro seasons. 10.17 K9. So he obviously has some work to do, but again, 19 years old. Give him a break. This man can be filthy, dangerous. Have I mentioned that before for any of these pitchers? That they're all really good. All of these players have the opportunity to be very, very good. Some more than others. But I like what I see. And you should too. That's all I got. There's obviously a whole bunch more, but I don't want to bore you guys. But check out Mad Friars, their page. They have a bunch of minor league recaps. That's where I got most of this information from. So shout out to you, Mad Friars, Kevin Charity, you guys. You're the best. You're the GOAT. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about these prospects. Who do you like? Who are you optimistic about? Who are you pessimistic about? When do you think we'll see them? Also, please apply if you would like. And subscribe as always. Follow us on X, Instagram, Facebook, Padres Digest, and go Padres. Please don't trade these guys unless you get like a, I don't know, Yordan Alvarez in return. But yeah, thank you. Goodbye. Bye.